Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is round 3 of the Super Series final. I am Trent Denison. I am your commentating guru for this match. I'll have a number of other people coming in to assist with the commentary. We have 2 former Super Series champions playing off in the penultimate round to see who will get into the final. This is Michael Blyth with Cryx and James Moorhouse with Circle. James has not been locked into any list at this round, and neither has Blythy. And so there was a bit of an interesting interplay there. James had the option to play his third list, which he's not yet used, which is Bradigus, the Rune Carver, and was very much excited to do so until the scenario was revealed to be Incursion. So what James has actually done is elected to play Kruger, and he has locked himself into Bradigus in the final round. Blythy has also been forced to play an anti-Bradigus or anti-Cryx list, which is his Epic Scar list, and it is locked himself into Gaspy 2 in the final round. So either way, Blythy's locked in the final round, although he is in much better shape if he gets into the final because he's against Signar and Retribution as his 2 possible opponents. So being locked into Gaspy, not terrible. James is locked into Bradigus, which against those 2 possible opponents is probably not terrible. We'll go on to the lists anyway. So James has got a Kruger 2 list, which has Gorax and the Wilder, 2 Stalkers, and he's also taken the Una and 2 Rotorhorn packages for 9 points, with Max Druids and 2 units of Shifting Stones with the UA on one of them, 2 Gallows Groves and 2 Black Clads. He does have Pendrake and Throg and Wildstalkers in his specialists, but elected not to bring any of them in. So pretty standard Kruger 2 tech, although James did drop Gedorix out of this list to put him in Ekaya. Probably the correct choice for that list, but it has weakened this list, so it'll be interesting to see if that has any impact. The Egaspy list of Blythy has 2 Death Rippers, and it has Tartarus, Saxon Auric, a Warwitch Siren, 2 Pistol Wraiths. Blythy's a big fan of the Pistol Wraiths. He likes having 2 of them in a lot of lists. And he's also got 6 Bane Thralls with a UA and Max Bane Knights, Min Blood Witches with a Hag. And Blythy has elected to... Sorry, I've talked about his Epic Gaspy list. I'm a dickhead. He's actually playing Epic Scar. Nice work, Dano. Let's go on with the Epic Scar list. Scarlock, Deathjack, Death Ripper, 2 Pistol Wraiths, Min Bane Thralls with a UA, Max Raiders with a UA, a Raider Captain, and then Icos and a Leviathan. So, look, it's not a lot of models for a traditional Cryx army. The good news is that Blythy's feat is actually going to be able to shut James down for a turn, and that could buy him the time he needs to stay in this game. James's normal tricks for shutting guys down is to knock them down or put cloud walls up and things like that. And yeah, Scar's got some good answers. The Druids are so crucial in this matchup, with counter magic being able to stay in the game to stop Perdition moves. If Blythy gets a Perdition move off, the game probably ends. Like one way or the other, because Blythy will take out a key piece like a Stalker, or even an Assassination, and if that happens, well, that's the game over pretty much. So the counter magic bubble has to keep everyone nice and tight, and we're underway. So James won the first turn roll off, and he elected to take it, and it looks to me like he's contemplating whether he should Feat first turn, the bottom of 1. That's a very interesting decision for James to make right now. I mean, I don't think he will. But he could potentially Feat and drop some Yeah, I'm not sure what James is thinking about, to be honest. It's a very, very good reactive list, his Kruger list. He's got lots of options for things that he can decide based on where Blythe goes with various pieces. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Blythe moves forward with the Death Jack at all for Moops to go for just ripping the Death Jack out, just killing him. So there's a very convenient wall on the side for Blythe to hold his Death Jack behind.
Hey Josh, do you want to put him down here? Is there more room there or here? Thanks guys. Thanks very much. Thanks for these. And the Team Germany you rode in on. And the Team Germany you rode in on.
So James is doing the traditional cloud technique. Pretty common for all Kruger players to just go the old just go the old druids, put up their clouds. So Blythe might potentially, and this is not something I like to do when I'm using Scar, but Blythe might potentially go for a first turn feat. And if he does that, then going for a lightning storm, hoping for a nice scatter. The lightning storm deviates offwards in a different direction, but probably not a terrible spot for that lightning storm to land. Okay, and now the lightning storm is in a different position. So Moops getting Kruger into a very far forward position, ready to put some pressure on next turn. Yeah, so Blythe, if he goes for a first turn feat, that'd be really interesting stuff. I mean, I don't think he will, but if it holds, because if he goes for a first turn feat, then Moops simply counter feats, and then the following turn he just destroys him. So I can't see Blythe going for a first turn feat without a. Yeah, that's not going to work. So Moops. So some of the other matchups on the other undefeated table. Nathan Frawley is playing Cray, leaving him completely unlocked in the final round. And Dylan Simmers playing Ran, also leaving him unlocked in the final round. So whichever way the final goes, whoever is playing from the second table will actually have a significant advantage in the list selection process. So that's going to provide an interesting final. We've got Jeff and Jack Ding. Jeff's playing Epic Virus. It looks like Jack might be playing, looks like Veil 2 there. We've got Nemo 3 versus Runes of War on Brian Woods. And I'll find out some more of the other games for you soon. So Blythe's doing a lot of measuring right now, measuring a lot of 14 inches. Trying to figure out where Scar can get to, or where the Death Jack can get to. And I think he may have forgotten Perdition cannot target a model with counter magic. And if he goes for that, this is going to be a bit of a mistake. We'll find out shortly. Interesting. Blythy's looking over a lot of options here, so I'm not sure what's going to happen in this game at this stage. If I was to pick a winner at this stage, I'm definitely leaning towards James. He's got We'll see what happens in this.
But it comes down to like which one it up, right? Where is that? Place that exactly where you want it to be. Don't place it approximately because I don't want to upset you later. Which is always doing that, right? Let's just get that in there.
Blythy just determining what's happening with the clouds and so on. Looks like he's going to run this Texas Raiders and try and kill some druids. Definitely going to make a difference if he manages to do that. I don't think they're going to get that many kills. But yeah, a couple of CMAs, even chasing 8s from the CMAs is potentially going to kill a couple of druids, and every druid that goes down is a counter magic range that drops. So. Yeah, so I mean, Kruger and Incursion's got to be favoured, irrespective of who you play with. So let's go have a bit closer look here. So James has so far spent 12 minutes on a turn 1, and he's got a habit of doing this. He gets himself into positions where it takes him a long time to set up, and it's worth it usually worth it, but geez, it's a lot of time spent. James passes the turn with 13 minutes down. So Blythy starts by measuring his control area. I'll be very interested to see what he does here, actually. What he opts to try and do. Is he going to allocate to the Death Ripper? Maybe try and go for a Death Jack, getting a Perdition early. The Death Jack's got a threat range of 15 inches. Looks like Blythy's going to try and crack a stone. Scott's Texas Raiders in charge range. He's probably got 2, maybe 3 in range. So we'll probably see 3 Raiders going in, maybe 2. And with Power Swell, it's probably worth using Power Swell to try and get rid of the stone. Interesting. So Potsy versus Tracy. Looks like we've got a Zal versus Madrak list, which is very interesting. So Icos is advanced. Bit of confusion over some stone placement there. Blyth being very generous and allowing James to place a stone. Not sure how it got moved, but at some point during the game it moved. So I'm interested to see Blyth is escorted and going to try and use a Leviathan to shoot down some druids maybe. Not sure what Blyth's plan is with the Leviathan, to be honest. Doesn't look like he's going to be in range of anything. Can't petition it. Very interesting. So the Raider captain gives desperate pace to the Raiders. The Raiders get a charge. Looks like he's going to go for the stones. So how many are we going to get in? So it's definitely one. No short melee. So it'll be interesting to see if Blyth elects to power spell here. He's got to decide before he runs with his sea hatch. It's going to struggle to get, you know, he really needs them to he really needs to keep the power swell for the late game when it's you know, Kruger versus a couple of druids, Kruger and a couple of druids and some. Sorry, when James has Kruger and a few heavies versus Deathjack and a few heavies and Scar. Sorry, Gary.
Kind of hoping I said no.
Less than 18 off the tape. I mean, this must not be a 48.
What? If you want to give him the headaches, put some of that on him.
He's fucked his neck.
Oh, right, yeah, that one. Bit of tension between James and Blythe there, with James believing that he had moved his Druids 5 inches forwards to make him completely immune from Styxis Raiders charging. Blythe declared a charge on one of the Druids and was found to be in range. So, a bit of confusion, but the models have to be played where they lie, and so James about to trigger Watcher now, which is thanks to Una and her Rotter Horns. James may actually elect to fly over with one of the Rotter Horns and kill one of the Raiders. We'll find out in a moment. Watcher expires, one Raider down. So Blythe using the Raiders to jam here. Time-honoured strategy. So she has gone for power swell. Gallows Grove goes down. Shifting Stone goes down. James will be very upset with that. Average is 5, bloody. So James has lost a Shifting Stone unit very early, and he will be very upset with that. Big mistake, and feeling the pressure a bit now. Blythe's got a few little things. He's lucky that he didn't lose a Druid though. So it looks like Scar's going to try Perdition, which is going to fail because of the Druid's counter magic. So measurement here, Blythe's moved forward 7 inches. So Blythe's definitely going for a first turn feat here. Ballsy. Very ballsy. So we have tagged Kruger, but no stalkers. Scar has tagged herself, and the Death Jack, and Iacos. Now, I don't think. I think Blythy's just lost the game.
You reckon?
Yeah, Blythy's just lost the game. James can do like throws and squawks from the little guys. She's got one focus and the two little. Sure, she's got 4 at the moment. No, 4 takes her to 19. 15? 16 and 15. What happened? So the Blythy's just attempted a perdition, which is a mistake, obviously, which James played for and got. The other thing that James has got is 2 black clads.
Where's admission?
However, the Raider captain is in position to stop a knockdown, so the spray's needing 9's probably not the right play, but captain's, over the back there.
Death Jack admonition onto Scar. We'll get it back line the wall.
I don't know that he's admonition on Scar, has he?
Death Jack hasn't activated yet.
Sure.
And nor has the Scar lock.
Sure.
You could do the engineering knockdown, so if you really wanted to go all in, the full retard, you can basically put one stalker forward,
Kill her.
have the other one charge, knock it over, get your little birds in there.
Yeah.
He's already cracked a stone to the assassinations off for future turns. Well, not off.
No, that's not off. I think see, Moops has got 2 choices here. He can go for the long game.
You just put admonition on the icon.
Yep. Dropping 2 focus is very risky.
Especially considering Star's already top 5, which is down to 11.
That's actually going to run to hold the space.
You've still got the 3 scenario players together, so it's just totally swaying in James's favour. If the other flag goes, Moops can swing around, block charges, just contest, control, dominate, really.
Yeah, but Moops went first.
But if he goes turn now, Feats moves back, he can't get enough of that to contest, he's got to just swing around, he'll dominate for 2, his turn 2.
I don't think he can stop. I don't think he can stop Blythy getting something to the flag.
I suppose you've got the pistol race.
He's got everything.
He won't be able to clip. Even because it's just about contesting. The standard at the back would make it.
Yeah.
Either way.
Very, very interesting option from both James and Blythy. James giving away the shifting stone. He's going to be very upset about that. So the furthest flag away from the camera disappears. Probably favours neither player. Both players, like Blythy's got his 2 pistol race there, which are in fine position to control that flag. So James very much under the pump here. This has obviously got to be his feet turn. The question is, what does he do with his feet? He really. So Scar, does Scar have Death Ward on herself? Is that what he went for?
That might be it.
Yeah, it takes it to armor 19. She's got 2. 15, goes to 17, goes to 19.
Bit of an admo.
Yeah, I think so. He doesn't need admonition at the moment unless James tries to pin him in, but pinning him is not going to work. There's too many pieces left on the table. Yeah, the black clads with Una just carve up. The little squawky birds too, they're good.
They'll definitely get it done. They'll definitely get it done.
Yeah.
I was wondering whether or not he was going to chuck the feet onto the squawk birds.
Well, now's where I think has to start watching for the assassination, because from here, he's pretty much just going to keep his sticks as much because Blyth hasn't really got that far up in nutrition. James pops his feet, moves everyone back, he's not going to be able to get these massive charges.
And just waits.
Blyth has to watch out for the 10
And just,
the TK.
yeah, and just wait.
I don't know if the flag going away on the other side is that bad for Blyth.
No, I don't think it's bad for Blyth at all. I just said in the commentary, I don't think that either flag affects either player massively.
Well, the only thing is there is no grove to cover that one.
Yeah, they're both too centrally committed to actually, like really shift. One shifting the other way will give the other guy too much momentum. So
James doesn't touch the flag though, and the feet can't clip that pistol race.
he'll clip the pistol race. He'll get both. The pistol race won't be able to score the point.
Because what he's going to do now is just wipe out that sort of portion of his sticks. He's going to use probably the other little griffin to kill those sticks behind and use the druid to move up and the bunker just moves forward.
Yep, and shifts around. The interesting thing, Blythe with Iacos, he has to stay back. Like Iacos just dies, and Blythe probably loses the game from that point. Yeah, 12-point investment.
What's the threat range of Iacos into a Stormwall crew going to defeat?
He goes to range 1 with his gun.
So he walks 4, jumps
5, 9, range 10.
Because the feet will affect charging.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything that affects charging will stop it.
Yeah. So I did think that Moops would spend a lot of time on his first turn. It took him 12-13 minutes for a turn 1, like a top of turn 1, but Blythe has also countered that by taking exactly the same amount of time. So time's probably not really a factor anymore. James can get behind pretty easily.
And everything that James did in turn 1 has effectively set him up very, very well for turn 2. So I still think it's a really good investment for him to go into the tank as heavy as he did.
The thing he'll be most upset about is losing that stone. He didn't need to lose that stone. The stone was just a flat-out mistake.
That's it. I mean, it's funny even, because on a board like this, and on Incursion, you have such a clear view of where 24 inches is.
Yeah.
Raiders go 30 inches throughout under desperate pace. You need to be 6 inches back from that centre line, and it is incredibly clear where that line is. So, I mean, there's really no...
Rare mistake from James.
I wouldn't say rare. He makes a few.
I just wonder if...
So the Griffin's just doing work. Oh my god.
That's what they do.
So Blythe has given away his Raiders to take out 1 shifting stone and a Gallows Grove. Do you think that's a worthwhile investment?
I didn't think he was going to commit that many Raiders to it. I think we were talking about it before. We figured maybe 2-3 Raiders going on the Gallows Grove, make sure that's dead. 2 on the stone, maybe save Power Swell.
Yeah, I expect him to save Powerswell for the late game, but
I think it was an overcommit with what those birds could do.
Unless
Unless you're going to feet on them.
for sure.
If you feed on the birds...
Well, he wasn't. Blythe had to advance, not charge, and so the only model that was in was his Kruger. He couldn't even take the Stalkers. So
I think it wasn't. I don't think it was a very good investment purely because the assassination still turns on next turn, especially because the feed buys in turn.
yeah, for sure. So Moops has 2 things he has to do in this turn. Number 1, ensure that the druids counter magic everyone in the army so that there's no petition targets. If he manages to do that, Deathjack's got a base threat range of 4 inches, right? If he can manage to secure that, then I think the momentum swings in his favour. He then gets a Primal Stalker onto Deathjack, kills it, and things start going his way from there.
And if he starts going for attrition, that's pretty much
yeah.
it for Blyth.
But if James makes an error and puts a druid out of range, so he's moving the druids up here. Admo triggering on the little jack. Oh, no, it's going back. That was a long 3 inches, wasn't it? Did you think? Was that just me? Judge.
No, there's still 2 guys. This guy is coming out wide.
I don't get to move 7. Blythe, realising his mistake, has corrected it.
I think it's took Sheldon a bit to pick that up on. Yeah. Just because watching this game, I can't help but just hear I whip my hair back and forth watching these 2 guys play.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
I think that's a soundbite for every time they tap the clock.
If you ever want a corporate sponsorship for these guys during this game, you know, we cross now live to our Pantene correspondent. Maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline, we don't know.
It's a beautiful image.
It's not helping him, but yeah, it looks like James is really bunkering up, so that petition is going to be off the table, which is very crucial. Yeah.
Especially when he's been 4.
So don't forget the Deathjack is actually on the flag, not in front of the flag. That would have been a very, very big move if Blythe got him in front of the flag, because his feet would not have been able to push him back behind it. So Blythe not quite being able to get past the flag pans out quite big in the context of the game. Looks like a devouring there, was it?
Last Texas gone.
Yep.
Ready captain remains. Blythe attempting to be right with his boys' good looks, not working against the formidable moops.
So the thing I like about James's next turn is he's going to have some options for Icoast, but Blythe really has to be very, very canny with where he places all of his key pieces. I feel like it may have been a mistake for Blythe to feat turn 1. I think he really needed to get some sort of investment before he feeded, because now Moops just time walks in with Kruger's feet and Blythe is basically at square one in the attrition stakes. So
I was saying that to Jamie just 2 minutes ago. The issue is that whoever feeds first
loses.
Generally loses. Yeah.
Just a rules question. Can incorporeal models be pushed? Judge? I know that they cannot be slammed.
But also says incorporeal models can be affected by Feats only, so perhaps the feat is the exception.
Maybe. It's not going to allow Blythe to get to the flag anyway, because he's going to have an 8-inch run. I don't think he's within 8 inches. I'm going to check that actually. He's outside of 8 inches by about a half an inch. So.
I don't really know if he wants to threaten the flag purely with it, because you've got the black cloud over there. It'll take him out no time.
The black clad with Kruger and with the Rotter Horns, if you can get to a position where you can spray from safety, having a backup spray is pretty big.
Printing money every time.
Yeah, so James bringing the Grove back into the safety of the Druid bunker. Good safe play.
I like what he's done here on this side, he actually hasn't committed his last druid on the other side, meaning that not only does he keep the counter magic alive, but he's also used the bunker of the forest to really just shore that line up.
Yeah. Blythe has no Saxon Auric in this list, and it's very light on Pathfinder. So the forest on that left side really could have hampered Blythe, but it's panned out okay from that flag going.
Did he just say Kruger? Is that what he's doing right now? Feeding? I know he just measured Kruger's control area. I just wonder if he was actually feeding.
I don't think he's feeded yet. I think he's just determining where Kruger's going to go.
No, he's feeded.
He has feeded.
So that
has a point if he wants it.
I would take that.
I think you've got to take that. I think you've got to take a point when it's on offer.
I mean, anytime I live past the top of 2, I try and get some control points.
Yeah.
Not that often, it turns out.
Not much you can do to go over there to contest it, aside from putting a stalker, but you don't want to put a 10-point stalker all the way over there. Just
Well, you know what he might do. He might put a shifting stone from the big unit.
That is very fair.
Yeah.
Can he make it that far?
Yeah, for sure. It's the shifting stones. The one on the outside.
How far can they play?
8 plus the base size. Yeah.
As long as they're within 12
And the stone form guy might even get there as well. So
Still.
When he lost the stones, was it from big unit or small unit?
he lost the big unit. Yeah, no, that shifting stone is going to be able to lock that flag down. The pistol wraith will not be able to score. Won't be able to shoot it. I feel like if James ports to 4 inches behind the flag, that point's safe for at least this turn.
The stones are just really contest-based and fury management.
Looks like Kruger's cast Stormwall. Let's just make sure. Yep, Stormwall, camping 4.
Or is that 5? Oh no, that's Stormwall too.
Yep, Stormwall and 4. I guess just respecting the assassination possibilities. First result in, Jeff Galea loses Virus to assassination. So we're right in the thick of things now. James has used 34 minutes remaining. Blythe has 43. James looks like he's not far off finishing this second activation. We'll see. Here we go, the big shifting stone. Oh no, has he made a mistake here? Or is this the small unit? So James hasn't put the stone to contest that flag, which I think is a very big mistake.
Wondering what is the position with the druids? So the druid is currently sitting within the stone. For what purpose? It's obviously going to be a next turn play.
The black clad? Yeah, I'm not sure. James having no prowl available on that stalker is also a bit concerning for him. High Coast Leviathan will definitely take some shots, could do some damage. Stormwall helps. The Leviathan I don't think was tagged by the feet. Range 13 goes down to 8, has a 7-inch walk, overall 15-inch range. Looks like it should still be able to get there.
Put a lot of hurt on him.
And he has ported the stone but didn't contest the flag.
Another very long turn here by James too. Oh, legit. Here we go.
This is magic stuff from James. This is magic stuff.
Vintage moves. Vintage.
See, the problem is that the Pistol Wraith's range is going to go down to 5. So the Pistol Wraith is not going to be able to shoot him. That is brilliantly done. Brilliantly
Just
done.
a master stroke. Oh, he's Pagani. It's not good.
wide pistol range goes wide, stays outside the storm. Oh, is the black head stealth?
No.
Def 14.
So the wide one goes out, 2 shots tries to kill him, and then the other one comes in.
Yeah, it's possible still. The shifting stone was the correct option because of stealth, but we'll see what happens. No.
Stay still.
See, if I'm Blythy, I'm probably going for the small stone into the Moorhouse with the Leviathan. Unsurprising, he's got no options this turn. Wouldn't surprise me to see him walk forward to the flag and cast Death Ward on himself. The thing about admonition, it does not allow you to advance if model gets placed. So basically all James has to do is charge a Stalker to within... No, that's not going to work. I was going to say place after his activation's over. So James has to teleport the Stalker around range.
Leviathan has 3 foot.
Indeed.
Very good call there by Denham.
It's very interesting at the moment. Blythy has gone probably less aggressively than he wanted. What do you want, James? 10-incher? I got one.
Yeah, that is going to be very close.
It looks out to me from where I'm standing. Yeah, no, that is out. That was out. So the pistol ray fails.
Yep. And he made an attack, unfortunately. Well, out of range.
Yep.
Yep.
No, he's elected to make a shot, so the pistol wraith is now corporeal.
I think
Big.
we could have used to his advantage there as well, because in the new ruling you could do the 4-inch measure from the flag. And if we can try and eyeball where Kruger is, just gets him that extra bit of information about where he can go.
And judging by math, the pistol raid would not be contesting, correct? Pistol raid wouldn't be contesting?
The pistol wraith
Well,
could be contesting.
Could be, it'd be close. Cause
If it's 10.5 inches away,
plus the base of the flag.
the flag is base 25, 40 mil.
30 mil.
So if he's out of 10,
40, sorry.
if he's out of 10 from the black plate is in contest range, then he's not in contest range.
Sure. But Moop's not going to score a point either way, so...
That's what the 4-inch measure was.
Yeah.
So Blythy's just gone for a run with that other pistol wraith. I feel like James is going to have 2 black light sprays to try and kill both of them.
I think Blythy's learned from his mistake this time, and it looks like he's going to be targeting the black light again. He should be in range this time around.
Stormwall, he's out.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
He just ran. Here we go. Let's see if Blythy targets the stones. This is huge.
Because what's the only magical attack there is the black plate and Kruger itself.
Black light, Kruger,
Una.
the druids.
The druids. I think he's fine with that. He doesn't need clouds anymore.
I'd like to point out the gorgeously painted miniatures that Moops is utilising there.
Yes, I believe you were the one who graciously donated them to his cause. Well done.
I couldn't let the Wizard of Orboros go without his faithful. Not let out watching the men play as a masterclass, we all know that.
So Iacos the Leviathan has actually stayed where he is. I feel like that could be a mistake. Blythe did have an opportunity to crack a stone, possibly. We'll find out in a moment. He's electing to boost his shots. He's shooting at the Rotterhorn Griffin in the centre. I'm a bit concerned now with Blythe's right-hand flank, the one closest to us. I feel like the Leviathan needed to move 7 inches over in the general vicinity of the flag to at least give him some options. Yeah.
The cloud wall bunker could shift next turn.
Yep.
Pivot. Kruger runs, dominates for 2.
The Druids might not even need a cloud wall bunker. He might be better off pushing the heavies away.
Yep. Probably even put up the Grove, turn DJ around. No charges from him.
DJ has 360 line of sight.
That is correct. This is why you play Cryx.
I do. Special guest commentator for this round is Matthew Rose, by the way, everyone.
Hey there, listeners.
Blythe really taking a lot of time with his turns.
See
the
good play there, I think. However, it does make Scar a little bit more prone to the assassination run now.
Yeah.
However, Scar is yet to activate. She may very well run and change the game totally.
So it looks right now like James has a couple of crucial sprays next turn, and he's going to be targeting. He's going to need 7s. But if that black cloud just goes 7-7-7, he kills a Raider Captain, he kills 2 pistol wraiths, and he's picked himself up 8 points, and probably a control point. One Bane here charging. He's going to need a 10 to hit. Very unlikely. But at least it frees that Druid, tags that Druid in place. James will probably move that Druid around to the side and use his Force Bolt to knock down Deathjack or something like that.
Well, upkeep to dropped on everyone. No Admo out there, it appears.
Sorry, Rose?
No admonition, no Death Ward appears nowhere. Can't see any
not as yet, but the Scarlock will recast and Deathjack will recast, I think.
Scar, I believe, is still sitting at 11 hit points.
Still 11 with no Death Ward. She's probably just going to run behind the forest. I think that's the safest option, and she's got an Arc Node, so she doesn't need to be up there. He probably realises by now that he's not going to get very many opportunities to perdition.
Blythe, I think the 2 options really for scenario and for assassination, but both neither favourable beforehand. So in the forest, well predicted there by Dino.
That might still be in threat range of the teleport assassination. Possibly. If the Gorax pushes the Stalker. So Deathjack's elected to run. Scar ran. She's probably safe. Like, I don't think James needs to go for anything crazy right now.
They're all good. Oh no, sorry, no, you're right, absolutely right.
I actually think with the Rotterhorn, and the whole right flank sort of collapsing a little bit for Blyth here, I think James can score a pretty cheeky 3 on this. In which case the imposition is going to be on Blyth.
Yep. Yeah. And as long as James keeps that counter magic in play, it's very, very unlikely that Blyth will be able to engineer an assassination. Poised, nicely poised. So what do you do if you're James here, Rosie? I'm looking at it, and I think his best option is to teleport the Stalker over to the flag.
I'm thinking the same thing.
James is just. I'm interested to see that he didn't accelerate him. Oh. No, sleeping on the job. Okay. Surprised he didn't accelerate there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
However, he does need something to actually control the flag. But he also still has the incorporeal pistol wraith in play, which can be problematic because he just suspended his only magic attack in the region.
I think Kruger's going to probably advance and shoot those two guys, would be my guess.
Looks like
James, he's not going to be able to TK and get to the flag though, so he's not going to score 3 this turn. If he goes for Kruger shooting. He needs to charge.
Could always go for the Druid. If you're going to bend in the bunker.
I think that...
Oh, sorry, mate.
So, accelerating one of the druids.
Of course, keeping the Griffin in within 6 of Una for Watcher if required. As always, tight games by James.
I think you'll find that Watcher is within 6 inches of the of Una, but it's a model in her control area can move, so
which, of course,
control 8.
Out of.
Yeah.
Look at him. Oh, a hard roll. Clinks on the Bane Troll armor. It's a tough roll.
Ooh, Blythe makes it tough.
Fast crack armor second time. Not good for James.
Not ideal, Una.
However, the Bane Troll is now knocked down, which will give premium placing for the Griffin to move
Exactly.
up.
The Griffin goes right in between the 3 of them and shrieks his life away. Looking for 8s to wounds. Power 8 is it? Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Power
8s, 3 boosted ones probably forces another tough check or 2.
Is there going to be enough room between?
I think James was really hoping that that Rotterhorn would that chick would die, so that James could get really deep with the Rotterhorn.
Yep. Don't think there's going to be enough room in between the flag and that Bane Troll.
James going for a devouring. That's
Force belt on the knockdown Baines roll, it appears, to force another tough check.
Looks that way. I'm a bit surprised that James didn't push the Druids further over and really try and start angling for that right hand side.
I think what you'll find he may do is pull the Stalkers all the way over to the right flank, and then from there he'll threaten the Jacks relatively well with threat range.
Just my concern with that is that the Stalkers themselves are
James will score a point at the end of this turn.
Indeed he will. Do you think he puts any resources into trying to kill that pistol ray? I think he should. I think he really should. If he can kill off that pistol ray.
I think it's a fair point, because then you have to bring other models out of Scar's bunker behind a little forest there to actually start doing more work. Whereas if he just leaves the pistol right there, it's just going to become a cancer for next turn.
Well, James has at least opened up the spot for the Griffin now, because he used the force bolt to push one back.
Vintage moves.
It's going to be a big shriek. Another tough from Blythe. Wow. Moops running out of attacks. Just forces. Gets him finally.
He's attacking, no shriek. Interesting.
Yeah, that's...
Unless, of course, he pops his Animus now on himself, which, of course, he's not. Odd strategy there by Moops, but...
very odd. I think Moops is definitely going to go for 3 points this turn. I feel like 3 points is the right option. The way I see him going for that is if he goes... charges Kruger at the black clad, TKs himself past the black clad, or maybe just shifts a stone over and charges a stone. Lightning storms the guy.
Good call.
And then puts up Stormwall. And then he'll be on a hill with Stormwall. Probably really tough for Blythe to kill him. And the only thing Blythe may be able to do then is actually position Kruger himself.
Thinking that.
Which is
going to be under 9.
So that's... unless James is about to TK the Druid leader with counter magic, in which case he probably okay.
Icos without Pathfinder.
Can't get there.
Can't get there.
23 minutes left for James.
A running Stalker. Or perhaps a porting Stalker. No, it appears to be running. That's 12.
It's definitely running.
Running to engage the pistol race for some strange reason.
With his incorporeal, yeah, it's a great move from James. Probably just to deny aiming.
Measuring, it appears he might be 10 inches away, so he's
8.5. He can't walk and TK himself.
What he can do, however, is have Kruger move up, do his business, jump into the stones and have the stones port, which will give him dominate.
I feel like he really wants to position the stones for next turn. I feel like he really wants to get them.
How do you think he's looking there, Mr. Saxon? Dead.
Devouring.
How talented might James be? I'm not sure. Looks like Cryx can't.
Correct. He's about 8.5 away.
So if it's
6 in the TK. Very interesting strategy there, James. Well done.
What did he do, sorry?
Just charged the black clad and then TK'd himself forward.
Stormwall?
He's out of melee range.
And Stormwall up?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's the right call to get the 3 points this turn and really make the play.
Blyth is going to do something pretty spectacular to pull across on this side.
I'm just really surprised that James didn't go for the Shriek to clear out those 3. To me, that feels like a mistake. There's the magical weapon engaging the pistol wraith.
Very interesting strategy there by James. Locks up the pistol wraith so it can't run away, and if it stays there, it's dead next turn.
Feels like a mistake because Blythy's got some petition targets now.
That is fair.
How many points? 3 points scored. Three points secured. Kruger on a hill, Stormwall, and 2 Fury. Deathjack definitely outside of threat range with a Perdition on Kruger. Might get a Stalker. That's about it. Blythy goes for James. What James probably does is TK's Deathjack back and then a Stalker slams. That's probably this.
I think Blythy's going for an assassination.
I mean, he's going to struggle.
The only thing you could potentially do is throw Grievous Wounds onto Iacos, but the range is going to be very, very, very easy.
Iacos won't have range.
No.
He's got no access to ghost.
He can't get through. And his gun is down to range 1. So,
Right. That's why you always take Saxon.
yeah.
I see
Even
what
with
you did there,
Saxon, he's
Mr.
out of
Saxon.
range.
Shut myself up. It's good, mate. Specialist. So, I mean, with the Ghostly Pathfinder, he's got the line to walk through a place, drag Kruger through the flag.
He doesn't because it's range 1. His gun is range 1 from Stormwall.
I should probably remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Blythy is probably going to struggle from this point to win the game. I see him getting some value this turn and killing quite a few models, but
It's counter magic coverage.
not on Kruger. No. But Kruger's going to be def 17 on the hill. You know, it's just going to be a long bridge. Yep. Yep. So Deathjack's been given 5.
Deathjack kills one still.
I don't think so. Kruger's got TK. No, because then he just pushes him with druids. James has got to run, but basically Blythy's just got to run as many guys as he can at the flag and hope that when it all shakes down that he hasn't got enough attacks left to remove them. So.
Is him going very heavily into a tank there. And
what's worse for Blythy is that the Stone UA. He's placed the Stone UA up to just put some free strikes on Bane Thralls if they try to run past. And if they have to go around like the Bane Thralls, there's not going to be that many of them there, you know? So it's been a really quite well played game by James, and you know he's probably only made one or two mistakes. The one with the stone in the first turn is one that's going to probably hope he doesn't make again. Yeah.
Oh, we've got a post-pre-match interview, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, post-pre. I know that he was convinced that Bradigus was going to come down. Well, we both thought Bradigus was going to go down. What we didn't account for is that the other semi-finals game is Red v Signar. So
Bradigus in great shape if he wins this game.
Oh, he really is. Yeah, he thought Iscar was a chance to get Bradigus, and to then get dropped into E3 where he's not.
I think Iscar was his best choice all round.
Yeah, I think it was safe.
But without Perdition, Iscar loses a lot of value.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
We did have Bradigus to go up against him, so he's the best.
So Una survives.
Thor's attacking Una then.
That was the Leviathan went for some shots. I think trying to get some war beasts out of the way, some wild war beasts maybe.
Very, very risky this turn, using the Leviathan on that side of the field.
Blythy
minimises your amount to contest on this side.
Blythy's. I think he's out of the game now. He just doesn't have enough models left to contest, and you know, Moops is going to have TKs. He's going to have 2 Primal Stalkers. It's going to be a lot of dead dudes.
Mm-hmm.
James is just giving us a couple of looks. Feels pretty confident now. Hashtag vintage at Moops. Hashtag Moops Magic. Yeah, look, it was always going to be a tough ask for Blythy. Kruger into Incursion. He's put up a pretty good fight, but I do think he lost the game the moment he elected to defeat turn 1. I think that was the moment that cost him.
Pass to James, and this should be a very interesting one. No. James just rolling dice for a very random, arbitrary reason.
Free strikes.
I'm just going to run this.
So the time is 19 minutes to James, 27 minutes to Blythy. Blythy's making some attacks with his Bane Thralls. Griffin dies. Una takes in the Fury. Scarlet advancing. So far we have 1 Bane Thrall in contesting range. Death Ward onto the Leviathan. I don't think Blythy is cognizant of the fact that he's going to lose this turn. He can't be. The way he's playing this turn is very, very.
Characteristic.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a run. I'll put the Leviathan in the front spot, an inch to there. Okay. 12 to 2 inches. 3 inches is going to get me to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. Yep. One. Just going to run 10 that way.
So Blyth is running his arc node.
1, so that's 5. 1 inches. I can avoid the forest and stuff. Yeah. Cross me now, put that away. 3 off is 6. No, we're near 9 inches.
I don't see how James fails to clear the flag next turn. I just don't see it happening.
2 stalkers, 1 set of stones.
I think the closest stalker to this, the one in the stones is going to die. The other one will be alive. He'll get primal. Deathjack will get pushed away, and he'll just probably kill what's left.
Super safe, one-handed throw, knock him down. Druid's pushing away.
The one-handed throws are actually not that safe. It's not that safe because the Deathjack has strength 12 and the Stalker has 14. So you've got a risk factor there. Slam is the best option.
Someone should inform the Stalker to drop the sword.
Yep.
Just speed 6 or 7. Speed 6. So you've got number 6.
6.
That way. I think I made it, but let's try. We can measure it. Nah, he made it. No one's contested yet. Scott will go next. Thanks. 18.
Still got
Through this arc,
massive.
Yeah. Ico's gone.
you're not
Yep,
stealth
yep.
up there, there's no clouds to be worried about. No, but I'm on a hill engaging him. Oh, yeah, of course. Just need to roll us better.
Yeah, James is very comfortable now.
Of course, Blood Trade from Scar, or sorry, Caesar Fate, boosting after the fact can always be an issue. So you can roll the hard 12.
I guess I'm going to attempt to position it. Unless I have a better target. What's his defense? 14 plus healer is 16. And he's a million? 16? There's some blocks there.
Why are they just knocking models over like a boss?
Sorry, mate. It's not my model.
Not my models. Rosie, how do you feel?
I don't know what's on the hill. You had to get engaged.
Both engaged.
Oh, they were? No,
Both
engaged, yeah,
engaged.
of course.
Both
Okay, I thought
engaged.
it was on the hill, that's fine.
Both
See on the
engaged.
hill? I thought I said on the hill and engaging at reach. No, he's obviously not, that's fine. Unless he was bumped. I mean, he could easily do it. I thought I said that, but I'm not sure. It's all good. My memory was on the hill. It's on the hill. Sorry, that isn't. That's fine.
I agree.
I just wanted to know. I think he was just bumped when he was. That's fine. Alright. You got the counter magic? Yeah. 9 inches.
Look at the hair on display. Two beautiful men going hard at it.
Viewers are just terrified of the fact that half of the board is completely obscured.
That is a lot of dandruff coming on the table right
13,
now.
yeah?
Please stop snow basing.
So 14, heal is 16, combat is 20. I got 3 dice. So why don't you roll 2 dice and then see if you fit your business? Because it doesn't. Oh, you've only got 1. Okay. 12, 13. Doesn't matter if I boost now or
Even if he nails the
I'm going to roll
It's a struggle. It's not going to happen. I feel like Blythe might just be running the Deathjack and trying to get him onto the flag.
True. Why wouldn't you? Because if you roll a double 6, you hit. If you don't, you future. If you don't. Doesn't matter.
He said the same.
Double six. Right. Hey, now you say that.
Blythe fails. Perdition fails. Yeah, Blythe needed to remove the pistol race first. That was the correct play there. Got a bit excited about getting some perdition happening. So far, I believe we have one Bane trawl. Blythe looking for double sixes.
You've got to see if you hit someone else both times. So, see if you hit him. So, do I roll for who? It can be your score. No, it's who he is engaging, which is him, and who engages him. Yes, which is engaging. So 1, 2, 3, model engaging 160. 1, 2, 3, the score model is engaging, or that model is engaging. And the pistol rate isn't engaging. Gotcha. What's the range of the spell? Range 10? Yes. Yeah, so you can get it. You mean his rear? No. Okay. There's my 13. Boosting is an interesting choice.
There's only 2 dice.
It was 2 dice.
2 dice.
And the second one?
No perdition. Blythe is scrubbing it up massively. Skylock's activated. Put Death Ward on Death Jack. Looks like Death Jack is going to run here.
Just try to clear this base, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yep, so 2 inches to there. And what we can do is let's just measure 14 to that point. Because you run another 10 and then you can just... Can we just measure 4, just out of 4? Yep. Put that. And the Stonekeeper with 3 strike. And he'll hit.
The Death Jack fails to make a range onto the flag, and James now has 1 Bane Trawl and probably a single pistol wraith to clear and win the game.
Pistol wraith rule, technically, I guess, no magical weapon yet?
Definitely. It's possible. I don't think he needs to.
It's not going to matter because if you don't do it.
So we're an incorporeal pistol wraith.
He's not ready yet. You're right? Yeah. So just there. Yeah, sure. Basically, the leeches it comes for 1. It's not going to matter. Soon find out. I'm going to leech. Just up. Is it 1 Bane Trawl and the? Is it 1 Bane Trawl and the? 1 pistol wraith. 1 pistol wraith. 14, 12.
Pretty good play from Blythe.
Defense 14. Okay. So.
Kruger, the pistol wraith is the only model contesting. Kruger probably charges it, kills it. And that's game. Well, thank you. Thank you for tuning in to this. Thank you, Rosie.
Very welcome, mate. Always happy to be here.
So we have James Moorhouse into the final, locked into Bradigus against what looks like it will be Retribution. Seems not too bad for James, not too bad.
Goes along with that. Back to Poor.
I wonder if Dylan brought Virus too. I do not believe that he did. Well, Dylan, enjoy that. Yes. Hopefully, I feel the only way that James loses this final match is if Dylan just plays a long game and James clocks himself. That is the only way that James loses this game. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.
Wait, go for him. Shoot him. Yeah, shoot him. 7, because you're aiming. I'm 6 anyway. Well, you'd have to make it. Something. Well played.
And Dylan Simmer is the winner.
Inch and a half.
Hello, everyone. I'm here with one of the finalists for the Super Series 2014 finale, James Rips Magic Moorhouse. What's happening, mate?
I'm the first returning finalist.
First returning finalist ever? You've managed to lock yourself in the final round though. Tell me about how you feel about that.
So very briefly, round 1 I played Epic Kruger against Cryx, who dropped Epic Eris because he saw Bradigus. I brought Soccer.
I told everyone.
So, played Epic Kruger, and then I played Epic Kyra against Trolls, which I was actually quite happy with.
Really good game too, that one.
And then in that game it was actually Incursion. I was going to play Bradigus against Blyth. He had Epic Scar, Epic Gaspy, and Epic Denegro. And I was actually really contemplating Bradigus, but then when I saw the scenario was Incursion, I said, okay, this is a Kruger classic. So played that, and it was a Kruger classic, and so now I'm locked into Bradigus for the final. But part of the reason I made that decision.
Face when you drop Kruger.
The good thing about being locked into Bradigus is the other two people that you potentially play in the final, Signar and Retribution, and Bradigus is completely fine against both of those factions.
Exactly, and that's such a weird thing to say so generically. He covers 2 factions, but I think he does, especially when the Ret player doesn't have Virus. I made the decision at the start of the last round, based on, okay, well, I think I would rather have Bradigus. I'm okay with being stuck in Bradigus into either of those 2 players. That's basically why.
And pretty proud of how you're going for Team Muse. You're doing well. You happy?
Better than the last fortnight.
Better than the last fortnight. Yep. Well, that's okay. So we're going to check in with both finalists before the game. We'll have a quick interview with them and see how everything goes. But well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.